or you're all in danger. Hey, Vancouver! It's a special show for me because I live here I split time between here and LA. So this is about 6 or 7 blocks from my house.
Yeah,
So I'm excited to be here with y'all. And how many people are from this area? How many people are visiting? It's a great city. I really, really, really love it here. It is beautiful. I hope that you make amazing memories and have a great time with us. But before we do that, I have things to say. Okay, so I just got back from Australia. Now, if you were in my meet and greet earlier, you heard this, so act like it's like a Jared or Jensen photo op and you can just leave the room. The first time that happened to me, I was in Germany. And I was up on stage, and Germans aren't known to be overly demonstrative. So I had a panel. It was my very first sort of convention trip. After my first episode of Supernatural, before it aired, Jared was like, "This character is going to be popular. I'm doing a show in Birmingham, England, and right after that, we have one in Frankfurt, Germany. So I'm going to book you on it because your episode airs like 3 weeks before that, right?" So I go and I do this, and I became obsessed with European urinals. So I did this whole set on them. It's a trough. They're a trough, and the ones that are not a trough are just these bowls with a light on it. So I was like, they're like penis display boxes, right? And it's very hard to have any kind of privacy in them. So you're like this, which is difficult. And so I did all that bit we were in Birmingham, England, and brought down the house. I did it in Germany, and everyone did this. And I was like, I'm sweating up here. And so then in the middle of my time on stage, half the audience got up and just left. And I was like, shit, they hate me. But I didn't realize it was a Misha photo op. And then I came off stage and I was like, did you see if I just did? I was like, it's a Misha photo op that happens. I was like, oh. And then I was like, did you sell silent? They're not really demonstrative. And then somebody came up to my table and did this. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen. And I was like, tell your face. There should be a warning label on this. So anyway, so Ty and I just got back from Sydney. You guys already know this because you guys were we have some people from Australia here. But when I came, I just did my personal meet and greet. Stand up, people of Australia. Welcome, Australia! You're from Sydney. So I went into my meet and greet that I just had right before I came on stage, and I heard an Aussie accent, and I'm like, where are you from? And they're like, Australia. And I'm like, I've got some things to tell you. So the drinking laws in Australia are very strict, very strict. Like, you can order a shot, but you have to do it in front of the bartender. Isn't that weird? And it's kind of pervy if you think about it. So anyway, I've lived all over the world, and so when there's a new local custom, I'm like, oh, that's maybe a little inconvenient or not my favorite, but let's get on with it. Ty does not like rules. And he's very gentle and very he'll get bummed out about stuff, but if something fundamentally doesn't make sense to him, he will talk, he can't stop talking about it, right? So we start out in Brisbane, and Brisbane is it reminds me a lot of Vancouver. It's like, people are everywhere, you can sit at bar rails, and that's how you sort of meet people, by sitting in a row, and they're like, oh, where are you from? I'm from this place, and then you start talking. Sydney's not like that. Sydney's a lot bigger and taller, and I think are you guys going through a little bit of a recession right now? Because it's very expensive to live there, right? And so people are just not out. So after work, the downtown corridor just empties. So we found a couple spaces that we like, but we didn't meet anybody because you can't sit in a bar row. So then we decided so Katie Cassidy was there, and I love her. If you've never met her, she's awesome. She was there in Brizzy with us. I'm Australian now. I'm obsessed with The Block. Did I tell you this in my thing? So there's an Australian renovation show called The Block, and it is like Survivor meets a home renovation show. Five couples move into a derelict structure, and you live in the rubble, and they make you renovate it from the inside out. It is awesome. And every season is 60 episodes, so I know. You got some work to do. And it's for free on Tubi. And so right now I'm in 2023, and I do not like Ash and Leah at all. This means nothing to you. But like, I love it so much. During the pandemic, the Sydney Morning Herald wrote a story about how much I love The Block. And then Shayna Blaze, who's a judge from it, followed me on Twitter, and I felt famous! Like, Jared follows me on Twitter, but who cares? Shayna Blaze follows me on Twitter, and that makes me happy. So anyway, so I know a little bit about Australia. So we decided to go to the casino, and we went to the one in Brisbane because Katie's gonna start, like, she's thinking about doing like World Series of Poker stuff, and so she wanted to practice. So we went to, it was very easy. We showed her driver's license. Ty played blackjack, and I went and played slots. I lost, they all won, and I wound up just answering emails at the bar. And so then we go to Sydney, and Ty and I go, and like, let's go over to the casino. And so we'd been drinking a bit, but we weren't loaded. We go there, and we stand in a long-ass line to get in. We show our driver's license, we get in, and then we realize that you have to stand in an even longer-ass line to get your player's card, because to gamble there, you need a player's card and a password, like a code. And so we wait in this line, and then we get to the front of the line, and the lady's like, you need a passport. And I know. And so, but I was like, okay, cool. The hotel's like 10 minutes from here. We'll go grab an Uber. Ubers are cheap and plentiful. And Ty just stands there like this. Like, and it reminded me of, I used to date this dirtbag named Gary. And when I was dating him, we went out from his apartment. This is in Nashville. And his car was up on blocks. And like his wheels were gone. And so he did this. Something's weird here. I'm like, yes, motherfucker, your wheels are gone. He could not accept it. His brain would not let him understand that this is what was happening. And that's what Ty did. He just stood there dumbfounded. Like she was speaking. At first I thought it was because she was speaking in an Australian accent. And he does have a hard time understanding accents. When I watch like most of the shows I watch are either Australian or British, he didn't know what is happening at all. And the captions are now automatic, and they don't know what's happening at all either. And so I'm like, Ty, we need to go back to the hotel. So then he proceeds to tell all the people that work there why this is a dumb rule, and he was like, would you, if you were traveling, leave the hotel without your passport? And would you? And I'm like, and it turns to me, and I'm like, no, I wouldn't. I don't have it on me now, but it's at the hotel. We can just go back and get it. So then we leave. He tells this to everybody's in line, and they're like, yeah, we know. We need our passport. We have the internet. And then we get outside, and then he's not mad, but he just keeps pleading his case. This is a stupid rule, right? And so he tells the people who let us in, he's like, why would you let us in with just our driver's licenses if we needed our passports to gamble? And the guy was like, I don't know your life. Like, I don't know what your plans were. After this, I was like, he does have a valid point. And so then we get into our Uber, then he tells the Uber driver. And then finally, I gently say, they don't care. We just have to get past this. And then he got a little snippy with me, and I'm like, okay. He's never snippy with me. And I was like, that's where we are right now. My job is just to do this. It is a dumb rule. It is the dumbest rule that I've ever heard in my whole life. I cannot believe it. Oh my God. And so, but we were back there in like 15 minutes. So then we go, and there's no line. It's easy. And he explains to them how stupid the rule is again. And then we get back up, and we get our player's card, tells everybody that works there how dumb it is. And then we go, and he's a little on tilt, so he doesn't want to sit down at a blackjack table. So we sat down at one of these electronic blackjack things, which I thought was really interesting. You're playing against like a dealer guy, and so we got up a little bit, and then I'm sorry for the people who are my meet and greet, but I have to tell this. And then we get up, we go sit down at a table, and then we start winning, and then the dealer changes, and then I remember National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation. That's how Clark lost all of his money when Wallace Shawn sat down. So then I turned and it was like 3 hands, and I'm out. And so I lost 3 hands, and I left, and then I went and put $100 in a slot machine and won $500, and I collected my winnings. Yes. Me and old lady smoking out a tracheotomy sitting there, pulling my lever down. And so, and you don't get free drinks when you gamble there. So they're not handing out booze, so it's boring after a while. It's like they're pushing buttons. And so if you win, you just get up and get out. And so I'm walking back through the casino, and I see him, see me, and he comes right toward me and does this. Give me those chips. And I'm like, what? He's like, give me those chips. He basically took them from me and then pushed me down with my forehead. Which is so not like him. And then he goes and then loses it all. I won. I never went to the casino. And that made me so happy. And then the next morning he was like, I can't believe I came up to you and said, give me those chips. And I was like, it was hilarious. I thought it was so funny. I know him very, very, obviously very well. And I rarely see him, he's so measured. But when I see him go on tilt, I do this. Because I'm the impatient one, he's the patient one. He cooks and cleans, and I put up orange cones around things that have fallen on the ground. Like, somebody should get that. So it's just so interesting to see him be like, because my whole life is like, anyway, we're gonna play a game show. Who's played the world's shittiest game show? Not a lot of you. Who hasn't played the world's shittiest game show? Woo! It's a lot of build up for not much. Okay, so here's what happens in the world's shittiest game show. I'm going to pick a number between 2 and 245. No, 1 and 245, and write it on the back of this paper. Every time you line up to these mics, and every time you engage me, you ask me a question, you say whatever's on your mind. It doesn't have to be about anything. I'm going to take your name, and you're going to guess at this number, and you're going to win something crappy out of my bag. So I never throw anything away. Okay, hold on, let me guess the number. Okay, there we go. Let me see what's in this bag. There's nothing dirty in it, but let me tell you, so one time I was at a convention in Huntsville, Alabama, and a guy came through the line, and very earnest looking guy, probably about 27 years old, his name was Kyle, and he was like, Mr. Qualls, I made you this. And so it was a wooden box with my name cut out in bubble letters. They were all painted, it was very lovely, and then I opened it, and it is about this tall and made of brass, and from the front, it looks like a lion sitting like this on its haunches. From the back, it's a penis with Chinese writing on it. And I have it on my phone. It's actually on my nightstand right now. But if you want to see it, come and see me at some point. And it's my buddy who's coming here from, he'll be here tomorrow he's flying up from Mississippi. He made me one of those Indiana, like, you know when Indiana Jones has the bag of like dirt or sand, and he has to put the thing, take the idol off? He made that for me, but it's the brass lion penis thing. So when I was coming, so I was like, but he wasn't doing it like, there was no sort of like irony in it. For some reason, he needed me to have this thing. And so I was like, okay. And also it's a novelty, and he really wanted me to have it. Well, I was flying back to Los Angeles, and I didn't check a bag. So it had to go into my carry-on luggage. And so I put it in there, and as it's going through the x-ray, I'm like, Oh, guys, there is a brass penis type thing in my bag. A fan gave it to me, and then they went, "Oh my God, you're that guy!" And I'm like, "Fame trumps brass penis thing in luggage." I could probably have 2 kilos of cocaine in there. And, okay, so let's see what's in this bag. Okay. This is a piece of my belt that I cut off because it was too big. I told you it was really shit. So, and I need to take more off of it too. So you can have this. Ooh. I'll sign it. Let's see what else. Before the pandemic, I would just give you a handful of pills, but you can't do that anymore. They don't like it. Let's see what else is in here. We can't have that. Let's see, that's Neosporin, I need that. Let's see what else. Oh, I forgot I had that. Here is... Let's see. Some Post-its. Those can be signed. What's this? Eye drops, they're expired. Let's see, what else? Oh, I like to give you a choice of 3 things. Hold on, let me do this. Does that have my personal information on? No, it doesn't. You can have that. Hilarious. Okay. So, we're gonna start playing. Hi, welcome to the World's Shittiest Game Show. I'm your host, DJ Qualls. Let's get this started. Inka, binka, barla, bing. Oh, wait, are you? Oh, let's go over here. Do I know you?
Maybe.
Is it Dean?
Yes, it is.
Oh, hey, Dean.
Howdy.
You can't see shit up here. Like, they do it on purpose. But look how young I look.
Well, hello and good morning.
Hey, Dean, I'm gonna start with getting the business out of the way first.
Do it.
Well, thank you. I need help. I really do. I need an assistant. This is so much easier when Sam is here. Okay, Dean, what's your guess?
I'm gonna go with 72 today.
Okay, perfect. What's on your heart, Dean?
Alrighty, so we're in Vancouver, which means I can drink. I can't drink when I'm in LA. So where are we going?
Ooh. There's a really crappy bar called the Met that's straight down Hastings where highballs cost $3.75, but you can't get hepatitis. But my buddy Matt Thompson is the manager there. I love that place. There's a pub. It's in English Bay. That's near where we live. Called the Three Brits. I like that quite a bit. I can't tell you where the spot is that I go to because I'm going there tomorrow night. And I've been told already not to invite the convention there by the people that own this convention, but I will tell you on Sunday. But yeah, I know it's not my fault. I wanted to have a pub crawl that that anybody can sign up for. There's a liability issue. Everything that I want to do could cause death or dismemberment, apparently. So this is what you get. So, but yeah, those 2 places are great. There's a place, my buddy Doug is the GM of Butcher and Bullock. It's right around the corner from here. Go there, and any of these places say DJ sent you. And you'll be treated terribly.
Have the fun.
Oh, she said go to the Roxy. Let me tell you about the Roxy. The Roxy should be a field sobriety test. A cop should be able to stop you at any point in your night and ask you if you want to go to the Roxy, and if the answer is yes, you should be immediately arrested for public intoxication. It is the worst. Well, it depends on the night. But on the weekends, you're gonna open the door and it's like you're in the jungle. It is so sweaty. You may see people having sex. My friend Bailey got thrown out for that. She did. You bumped in, the night that you bumped into me, was there a Prince cover band? Because I've only been twice. Was I making out with a guy named Matt Thompson who was the chief? Because I also did that there once too. Yeah, I've probably been there several times. That stretch of bars is sort of like the bars, because I used to live at Level Furnished Living, right across from Penthouse Strip Club. They have the most clever signs there. I never went in there though, for reasons previously known to you all. But that is sort of my stomping ground, and like English Bay Area, because that's my neighborhood, as I said before. But yeah, is that what you had to ask?
Sure.
I got one. What about what? There's a gay bar, a giant gay bar called Celebrities. So all of the gay bars are on Davie Street. So just go back and forth. I'm not really a gay bar person. I mean, I like gays. But I'm not really a gay bar person because of the music choice usually. Like I don't like a I like classic rock and like, you know. But I will say this, the bar that I regularly go to is not that. And you sit around and you find yourself eating mozzarella sticks to the sounds of people on fire. Anyway. Tell them that it won't be a liability issue and you'll all be on your best behavior and that nobody will die. If we promise not to die or act stupid, I feel like we could go to like 5. How many drinks do you think is too many in 3 hours? Well, 12 drinks is too many in 3 hours. So say something was 3 hours, how many drinks do you think is too many? Well, how about 4? 5. You can't have more than 5 drinks. That's more than one an hour, which means you're legally drunk. But we're adults, we can get drunk. You can have 5 drinks in 3 hours. I think 5 is a hard sell for creation. I think if we said, I would cover 1 drink at each establishment, and then you could buy if you wanted to get further drunk, and I would no longer be liable for that. Because obviously. But I would then be buying my own drinks too, because 3 drinks in 3 hours is stupid. You might as well be at the library. Right? Okay. Just make sure what? It's very hard to verify that people have eaten before they show up somewhere. The pub crawl will cost $985 because there's an NG tube that must go down into your stomach to see if you've eaten. Hi! Oh yeah. Is my zipper up? My zipper is rarely up. Because I'm so used to wearing button-fly jeans that when I have zipper jeans, it's always down. I don't have shame. Hi. Where are you? Hey, I want to tie my shoe while you talk.
Should I start with my name and guess? Yeah. I'll make sure I don't forget to give it to you. Tell me what you're thinking. I was wondering what your celebrity crush was growing up.
My celebrity crush when I was young. Oh, that's so good. This may sound confusing, but I had a crush on Velma from Scooby-Doo. also, because because none of the gang really treated her that well. And also Barney Rubble. I had a crush on Barney Rubble because Fred wasn't nice to him either. There's a theme developing here. Now my celebrity crush is Michael Borja from House. He's just such a cute, nice person. I don't know where my pen went. Damn it. It's somewhere. Is that mine? Are you a magician? Oh, here it is. What's your name and your guess?
My name is Alessandra, spell it however you want. And my guess is 29.
29. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, my name is Hannah. My guess is 163.
Okay, Hannah 163.
And my question is, was there an episode of the show that you wish Garth could have been a part of for one reason or another that you weren't?
Well, I'm glad I wasn't in the episode where they blew up the roadhouse. That didn't end well for anybody. I don't think so. I was supposed to be more featured in the Men of Letters storyline, but I booked another job, and it was a series where I throw a man in the high castle. Because what Supernatural would do is, we're going to use you for 20 episodes in these 3 years, and that's very hard to pay your mortgage with. You don't know where your work is coming from. So that's why they turned me into a werewolf. And here's how they told me. So I was away shooting Man in the High Castle. I was under contract to Amazon, and they're so competitive they wouldn't let me out to go do the occasional Supernatural. And we shot in the same neighborhood, in Burnaby. And so it was July. I just moved back up here to start the show, and I was at Uva Wine Bar, which is at Smythe and Seymour and Smythe. I have a friend who works there, and I can't remember who it is right now. He started working there. And so I'm there, and I'm at a wine tasting, and I don't like wine. And so I'd had about 4 glasses, and I was starting to feel a little gross. So then I got a call from Adam Glass, and I went outside and sat down on the sidewalk. Do you ever see that picture of Britney Spears in 2007 eating Cheetos at a gas station sitting down? I was recreating that. And I was aware of it when I was doing it. And so he was like, we're going to turn Garth into a werewolf. And then I was like, you're trying to kill me off because I can't be there, aren't you? And I was like, Dean is going to have to kill me. And they're like, no, we're going to work our way around it. And they did. But I was pissed. I was really pissed. And then I shot a couple of episodes as a werewolf, and I was like, I really, really wanted to put on my hunter coat again. I love being a hunter. So then I had a couple of drinks, and then sent a very well-crafted, thoughtful email to the producers of Supernatural that said how much I love hunting and how much a surprise being on the show had been for me. And because I turned the show down when they offered it to me because I was filming something and I was exhausted. And so what an amazing experience it's been, how I made all my friends. And then I was like, but then I would like to be a hunter, and this is how I think we could do it. Garth would never be a hunter as long as he is married, so you have to kill Bess. I told her to kill my wife. They said no. They said absolutely not. No, I think that Garth's arc is as it should have been. I think that as far as characters are concerned, he got one of the best send-offs because it showed that there was life beyond that life, and that you could be happy doing other things than killing the Tooth Fairy or whatever you're doing. Yeah, I loved my ending. When I read that last episode for Garth, I cried. It was so beautiful, so beautifully written. It's called A Hero's Journey. Garth got to be the hero. I mean, that was awesome. I didn't wake up and say, what did I miss? I chopped somebody in half with a machete. It was awesome. You already guessed, right, Hannah? Perfect. Hello. Hi. How are you? What's your name?
My name is Caitlin.
What is it?
Caitlin.
Caitlin? And what's your guess at the number?
51.
Okay, perfect. That's a great guess. Caitlin, 51. What's your question or comment?
What's your favorite food, and also would you like a phone?
What's my favorite food?
Yeah.
Spaghetti bolognese. I have it every year on my birthday. I love it. I try to limit my intake of it because it's a special meal because my mother makes the best spaghetti bolognese in the world. And I've asked her for the recipe, and she's refusing to give it to me, and said that when she passes, she never wants me to have it again. Debbie is spiteful. And what was your second?
Would you like a frog?
Would I like a frog? I love, is it a real frog? 'Cause I can't take it on the airplane. I would love a frog. Did I just pick a frog out of here? Oh, thank you, my darling. You make me wish I had better prizes for this crappy game. Okay, so we did that. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Caitlin, you're sweet. I'm gonna keep this frog in my pocket that I usually call another type of pocket. I'm not gonna say it's my, but, hello.
Hi, my name is Amy and I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada.
What'd you say?
My name is Amy and I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada.
You're from Las Vegas? All right on. Amy, what's your guess?
Okay, I'm gonna guess the number 32 because this upcoming Monday is my 32nd birthday.
Oh, happy birthday! Okay, what is on your heart today, Amy, from Las Vegas, Nevada?
What is your favorite restaurant to eat in Las Vegas?
Ooh, Din Tai Fung. I love it. It's in the Aria, and there's one in Los Angeles. And I'd never eaten one in LA, and Michael Borja, my celebrity crush, took us, suggested it, and we all went there as a cast. So not only was it, we hadn't seen each other in a while, because it was the first show of the year when we all broke in for the holidays. So it was this big family meal at a family-style place, serving soup dumplings in Las Vegas. It has a very special memory for me. So I love it, love it, love it. And I haven't been back there yet because, well, it would feel weird to not do it with them. So we're going to Vegas in January, and I'm gonna make sure that we have that experience again.
Yep, we're going to the convention too in January.
Awesome, I'll see you there.
Yep.
Thank you. Hello. Good morning. Alex, 101. Okay, I gotcha.
And my question is, like something.
Alex, are you a yoga instructor? Are you a yoga instructor? Do you do guided meditation?
Maybe someday. Anyway, so I saw you in a little old movie called The Core, when you played.
The Core?
Yes.
Yeah. We shot that not far from here.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. So you played a character called Brett, funny enough.
Mhm.
And my question was, how was it compared? No, how was it preparing to play like a hacker, Brett, compared to preparing to play a hunter slash werewolf? God.
Oh, that's a good question. So I'll look at the world and see what it's like. I'll look at interviews with people that do that kind of thing. The thing is, I am so not computer literate. My whole life is texting somebody and they're like, how do you do this thing? And I'm like, well, you do this and then you press that and then you go into this menu and do that. And I'm like this, mine doesn't have that option. My stuff never has any of the stuff that the people who know how to do stuff says it should have. And then I'll screen grab it, and then they'll argue with me, yes, it's there, and then finally I'll screen grab it and send it to them, and they're like this, why don't you have that? I'm like, I don't know. I hate computer stuff so much. I hate social media because of it. I hate anything anything that takes more than 2 seconds for me to do, I'm just like, it's why I'm not a gun owner. I'm not the right temperament to own a gun. It's not that I would kill somebody, but if there was a fly loose in the house, there'd be fucking holes all over the ceiling. I am not a patient man. I'm trying to learn to be patient. I'm working on my patience. I'm working and leaning into my gratitude and being patient. But I'm not there yet. But preparing to play a hunter, I didn't really know what to expect of Garth. The thing that I always try to do when I take any job is just to be honest. I mean, we don't give enough credence to writers because the blueprint is there. I mean, sometimes I'll have to ask, what does this actually mean? Like, what does this line mean? But so many things inform the character, and as I've gotten further into my career, there's nothing that informs the character more than the clothes for me. Once I get the clothes on, I feel like everything makes sense to me. But with the hacking, like, you know, I'm faking all that stuff, and with hunting, I didn't kill anybody. So it's all the same stuff. It's all just believing in whatever the situation is set up for you. Acting is easy. Children do it. And so like, it's like when I see method actors, no offense method actors, who like call me by my character's name, or I think about a traumatic event to cry. I can cry on a dime. You know why? Because on page 37 at the bottom it says you have to cry. It is literally my job to recreate basic human behavior. We have all of these feelings. Anybody can be an actor. They really can. But my sister, when she was 16, called me because I just had success with some movies and told me she wanted to be an actor, and I cried. I said, "You're smarter than this." Yeah. So I think I answered your question. Perfect. I'm on it today, man. That Red Bull, it gives you wings. Hi.
My name's Kat.
Hi, Kat. I was looking at you like I was no longer playing this game. Kat, what's your guess?
I'm gonna say 5.
Oh, I hear them backstage. We better hurry this up. 5. By the way, thank you so much. I know this is, before we get to this last question, thank you so much for joining me. I know this is early. I'm not a morning person either. But thank you, because this is making my day so much better being this time with you. And there will be no panel this weekend that will be this funny. Okay, just let you know.
I woke up at like 4:50 a.m. this morning, so this is my first question ever. My question is, when you were on The New Guy, do you have any like stories or memories that you could tell us? Because that's like one of my favorites of yours.
I do have something that I can't tell you, a lot of things I can't tell you. Oh, me and Colin Farrell were roommates during that. Yeah, he was shooting American Outlaws and I was shooting The New Guy, and we were all staying at the Omni Hotel, so at the end of every day we'd all get together and talk about our days, and then we realized that we were on the sub-penthouse level in one-bedroom apartments, and then he realized that there was a 3-bedroom unit. That was what my company was paying for me to be there, and his movie was paying for him to be there, and then we moved in together. And so I lived with him for about 3 months, and he was so kind, and this was at the beginning of my career, and he said to me once, he was like, "You're not having fun with any of this. It's not all about the work. Enjoy your dreams coming true." And it was something that really stuck with me. But the rest of the stuff that happened, I cannot tell you about it. I can say this though, there was a certain president's daughter who was not as squeaky clean as she appears today. It was Jenna Bush. I can't help it.
I cannot tell you the amount of times I've walked into a room and heard something similar to, so when Colin and I were roommates, I just go like, "DJ, who are you? What is this life that you have led?
I'm everywhere, man.
When does your memoir come out?"
Soon, before I forget it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I wasn't lying to you, was I? Best way to start your protection off